Talking about retirement is a very important thing. I think we look at what's going on in our country right now, the uncertainty about health care, the uncertainty, I suppose you could even say, that still exists about Social Security. Will it be there? There was a survey done recently of not baby boomers, but the Gen Xers, Gen Ys, and they asked them about Social Security, and 19% of them said that they thought they'd see a flying saucer before they ever see a Social Security check. So there's a lot of concern about how long is it going to be available, how long is it going to really be that safety net for a lot of people in retirement. So making decisions about your retirement is very important. The earlier you do it, the sooner you do it, the better off you're going to be. No one that I've ever heard ever got into retirement and said, man, did I save too much money, okay? It's not going to happen that way. And so the sooner you get started, the more you get the ability to take advantage of the power of what Albert Einstein called the eighth wonder of the world, compounding. It really does make your money grow. It's very unlikely anybody in this room or any room that I go into is ever in their lifetime going to save $1 million. Okay? You're not going to save $1 million. It's practically impossible for most people to have that much income that they could just divert a big chunk of it every month, every year, and save it all the way up to $1 million. How do you get to be a millionaire? Well, read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, for one thing. That's a great starting point. One of the greatest books ever written on all time. Probably one of the most boring books ever written, but it really is a great book because it deals with the sacrifices you have to make early on in order to have the retirement you all want, and that's becoming a millionaire. And so it really focuses on being frugal. That's the obvious point there. But you also need to make your money work for you. We're going to talk about investing and how investing is a very important part of making your retirement nest egg grow to the level you want it to be. Investing is a challenge. Investing is something that requires a tremendous leap of faith on everybody's part because you're now sacrificing the protection of your principal for the potential for a better return on your money, which isn't real hard to do these days, as you all know, with the interest rates the way they are. Getting that 1-2% on that CD is pretty darn exciting, isn't it? And hard to imagine how you're going to spend all that money in one place. But that's the world we live in. And you think about it. I don't know if you've ever heard of what's called the Rule of 72. But the Rule of 72 tells you how long it takes you to double your money. And what you do is you take the number 72, you divide it by the rate of return you're getting on your money, and that'll tell you how many years it will take to double your money. So if you have your money in a deposit account that's earning 2%, it's going to take 36 years to double your money. And that's certainly, over those 36 years, that's going to be eaten up and more by taxes and inflation. So you have to make a decision somewhere along the line for your benefit, the benefit of those that you would like to benefit from when you're gone, by making some smart decisions and making that decision to move away from being a saver into an investor. Now, with that said, if saving and putting your money into guaranteed accounts with low rates of return right now allows you to sleep at night, then do it. You don't have to own stocks, you don't have to own bonds, but you have to just be aware that that's the most important thing. Learn your own tolerance for risk, and from there you can go ahead and make the decisions that are right for you. But everybody in this room, especially if you're sitting next to your spouse, has a different tolerance of risk, okay? It's amazing how that happens in relationships. The husband and wife, whatever the partners may be, they wind up usually having a different tolerance for risk. And so you have to decide how you settle all of that. There are people in this room, if they extend the maturities on their CDs from 3 months to 6 months, think they have made a tremendous leap of faith. They don't sleep for nights. They think they did just some crazy thing. And then there's people in the room that say, Chamberlin, the bus for Viejas leaves at 8 o'clock. Keep it moving, okay? We don't want to miss out. So you've just got to know what your tolerance for risk is.